Good evening, everyone. So this is now our first contest, which is the extemporaneous speaking. Again, the contestants will be given 1 minute to construct and formulate their speech, and then after 1 minute, you will be given 1 to 3 minutes to deliver your answer. Am I clear? If I will say time is up for 1 minute, and then you will stop, and then you will deliver your speech. And after delivering your speech in 3 minutes, the timer will say time is up, and then let's proceed to the second contestant. So we have 7 envelopes that contains 7 questions. So as I think you are aware already of what will be the topic for tonight for the extemporaneous speaking. So good luck, everyone. May I call now, where's my timer? May I call now and may I remind the audience to please do not say boos to our contestants, because it's not easy to be here in front and stating and delivering your answer. Am I clear? So ano kamu pag sagit-sagit, okay, para maklaro ang inyong answer. May I call contestant number 1. Ate Jackie, pasok. Pasok, Ate Jackie. One minute starts now. Your question is, what can the future generations inherit from the present generation in terms of the resources of Siargao? Again, the question is, what can the future generations inherit from the present generation in terms of resources of Siargao?
Ladies and gentlemen, Siargao is well known of the most famous places in our country. Siargao, what is the present generation to promote for the future generation? Well, I can say is that it can be inherit a good attitudes of Siargao known. I know that in every people, we are exposed to being a good attitudes to welcome the tourism in our societies, tourists in our societies. Second, the resources that are resources that enables to promote developing Siargao known, a Siargao that well known internationally. So to promote a good resources, we must build a good organization to protect our environment, our resources, so that we can display it in the future generation. A generation that can lead us into good developing societies to promote the Philippines into a good, well-known. That's all, thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 1. So, shall we proceed now to contestant number 2? So here's your question. In what way can the resources of Siargao Islands develop sports among its youths? Again, what way can the resources of Siargao Islands develop sports among its youth? Your time starts now. Time is up. Your question is, in what way can the resources of Siargao Islands develop sports among its youth?
My due respect to the juries, to the spectators, faculty and staffs, my teammates, the Green Lancers, good evening. We all know that Siargao is now one of the most famous places, not only here in the Philippines, but around the world. And as the fact, in Siargao, there are 9 municipalities. In that 9 municipalities, there are many resources. There are many facilities that can cater all the youth, that can cater all the needs of the youths. So in terms of sports, we all know that in every municipalities, barangays, there are covered courts. There are courts in every barangay. Yes, there really is. And that, as we all know, Kong Bingo, our congressman, our very own congressman, has a very good has a very good way in catering the needs of every youth in Siargao in a good way, such as they have the Politics Maservisyo basketball team. In that way, the youth of Siargaonons, the needs of the youth of the Siargaonons will be catered off. We all know that all the Siargaonons have the talents. We all know that all of the Siargaonons are equipped with skills, are equipped with innate skills. That's it. And I am very proud that I am one of the Siargaonons with innate skills. And by that, the government has the way in catering my needs. In terms of sports, we can really see that the needs of the youth in terms of sports are really catered off by the government. We are very thankful, we're very grateful for having Congressman Bingo Matugas because with him, the needs of the youth and Siargaonons through sports are being catered off. Thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 2. Let's now proceed to contestant number 3. Ellen Paso. Here's your question. In what way can cultural preservation happen in Siargao even with the influx of tourists? Again, in what way can cultural preservation happen in Siargao even with the influx of tourists? Your timer starts now. Time is up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, especially to our panel of judges. The question that I have been asked of is in what way can our cultural preservation happen in Siargao even with the influx of tourists? First, let me start by saying that Siargao has been widely recognized by both international and local tourists. That being said, I'm sorry for the delay. Again. The question that I have been asked of is in what way can cultural preservation in Siargao even with the influx of tourists? As like what I have said earlier, Siargao has been widely recognized by both international and local tourists. Tourists could be seen at every corner of the Siargao. That being said, the best way we could preserve the culture of our island is to strictly ban wearing bikinis at public places. The youth could adapt the wearing fashions of the tourists, wearing bikinis, panties, in public places, and that could cause public offenses. Majority of people living in Siargao are deeply religious people. People who care for the younger generation. People who believe that the younger generation should not be allowed to wear bikinis as it may corrupt or compromise their way of thinking that exposing half of their body or almost entirely their body, such as their boobs and Botox areas, is completely okay. But the truth, it is not. It is not okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I also believe that we should do our best to preserve our culture so that the younger generation could also experience the same happiness that we have once experienced as a child. And I thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 3. And shall we move on now to contestant number 4? Okay, here's your question. What role can SIIT students play to preserve the culture of Siargao people? Again, what role can SIIT students play to preserve the culture of Siargao people? Your timer starts now. Time is up.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The role that the SIIT students The role that the SIIT students should portray in order to preserve the culture of Siargao people is that we are known, we Siargaonon are known for we are a disciplined people. We are this kind of people wherein we know how to preserve our culture as well as our natural resources. And I do believe that if this is being maintained, the discipline that we have, the respect to our nature, respect to other people is being realized, then we can preserve the culture of our people, of the Siargaonon people. We should know how to act as a Siargaonon. We know that we have a lot of tourists coming here in our municipality or in our town, but we should not be influenced by their how they dressed up. Rather, we should know how to act as Siargaonon. We are not trying to portray those people who's wearing such showy dresses. We are known because we are disciplined. We are a disciplined people. We have a lot of respect in ourselves because we need to be a leader, or we have to be imitated by other people, for we act natural, for we have that innate discipline that we have in ourselves. And if ever this is being realized and maintained, then culture of Siargaonon people will be preserved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 4. And now, the last but not the least, contestant number 5. Okay, here's your question. In what way can sports bind unity among its people? Again, in what way can sports bind unity among its people? Your time starts now. Time is up.
Good evening, everyone. Life is a series of wins and losses. Sports teach us people the art of coping of becoming winners or losers. Unity means camaraderie. It doesn't mean that differences will create a wall on doing teamworks. Sports needs unity and teamworks in order for us to conquer every games and every competitions that we are facing today. In the Intramurals 2018, every team contains different college departments, and it is random pick towards the team of several colors team. So in that way, unity becomes the part of celebrating the intramurals of SIIT. Unity stands for friendship. It doesn't mean that when we are playing games, we are also enemy outside of the court. But it also serves as the bond friendship in a way that every one of us should accept our differences. We may lose or we may win the game. The importance is that we gain friends, that we shared our bondings and memories that we will cherish forever. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 1. Shall we give a round of applause to our contestants for the extemporaneous speaking? Thank you very much. You can now proceed now to the backstage.
And that ends the extemporaneous speaking.